All right, y'all, what's going on? This is Malik coming to you, and what I have in my hand is a Rubik's cube. Remember these came out back in the early '80s, and everybody was trying to figure out how to get all the colors on one damn side, and two sides, and three sides. Hell, try to figure out the whole damn thing, and you could never quite get it. You'll get maybe one side and get all excited and you lost your mind if you got two sides and oh my god, you just thought you was the motherfucking man, or you just thought you was it because you got maybe about four sides but you can never get five or six. Okay, I learned that there are certain twists and turns called algorithms that actually solves a cube, and there's also a method. Now it's a beginner's method, but a great method nonetheless. Okay, so we'll start off with, and this is going to be a parts video because I ain't going to be able to do the whole thing for you and show you what's up. So the first thing you want to do is you want to become familiar with the cube. So the cube has one, two, three, four sides, a top, and a bottom. So it has the four sides: one, two, three, four sides, a top, and a bottom. Now, what I like to do as a beginner and to show the beginner's method is to start with the white, make that the top, and the yellow, make that the bottom. And of course, you have your sides. And becoming oriented with your cube, you want to remember that. So, since the camera is one way, we'll consider this is your right side of the cube. This is the left side of the cube. And again, this is the cube facing towards you, okay? Not facing towards the camera, okay? So, all right, but it still is the same nonetheless because this is my right hand, right? Yeah, okay. This is my left hand, right? So my left hand is holding the left side of the cube and my right hand is holding the right side of the cube. Okay, my index finger is on the top of the cube, which is white, and index finger on the bottom of the cube, which is yellow. Also becoming oriented with the cube, you'll notice that each side twists. But the only part that doesn't or remains the same is that middle piece right there. You're not ever going to be able to turn that middle piece. And the thing about that middle piece is that middle piece has a corresponding side. So if it's green, it's going to be blue. If it's red, it's going to be orange. And if it's white, it's going to be yellow. So those are all their corresponding middle pieces. Okay, and again, so now that you understand that there is the middle piece that never moves, and you have your right side that moves, you have your left side that moves, and you have your top that moves, and you have your bottom that moves. There's also another side, and that's called the back. That's right here, and that twists and turns too. But a lot of the back movements are not really done in the beginner's method, which is what I'm going to show you. Okay, this is not a speed method. That's usually, after you get it down a while, you can usually solve the cube within 2 minutes. Okay, and if you have a speed cube, because it's really loose and you get a hold of the hand movements, which I'm not going to show you in this video, but once you get a hold of the hand movements with the actual speed cube, you can actually do the beginner's method within a minute. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up the cube in front of you. Mix it up really well. Okay, so as you see, this is mixed up pretty darn good. Okay, no solid colors on any side. All right, so now the first step to doing the beginner's method is to make sure there's your white center. Make sure that white center is at the top. So you're holding your cube like this, and you got your white at the top, and you got your yellow at the bottom. Now remember, all the colors are mixed up, but you're going to make sure that you're paying attention to each of your colors by determining what color is in the middle. Okay, so again, we have the white. That's going to stay at the top for now, and the yellow is going to stay at the bottom. Now the trick to solving the cube, and I'm going to take you again in step-by-step methods, is to form a cross with the white. Now when you're forming the cross, you're not just going to take any arbitrary white color and just put it right there, because what's going to happen is going to mess up the pattern. It's going to mess up the sets of algorithms to be able to determine the solving of the cube. Okay, so what you're going to do is, as you can see, we're going to always work with the middle pieces. So you got your white at the top, and you got your blue right here. So that means what I need to do is I need to find a center piece. Okay, I need to find a center piece that's going to be white and that's going to be blue. So let's go ahead and find that, right? Oh, and there it is right there. We got your blue and we have your white. Now the trick is to be able to get that white facing the white and the blue facing the blue. So how we're going to do that is we're going to take the bottom and we're going to turn it clockwise. So that's called a B move. Okay, so that's a B turn. If you turn it clockwise, it's a B turn. If you turn it counterclockwise, it's called a B prime, because it's clockwise. Okay, so bottom, we're going to turn clockwise, and then this is the right side. Remember, this is the right side of the cube. So now that we have it placed in this position, if we turn this right again clockwise, and this right turn will be called a R turn. Okay, all right, so we're turning that R. Actually, it's going to be an R prime because of the way the camera's faced. Okay, so we have to get this, okay, right here. So we're actually going to do a R prime. So we're going to turn it counterclockwise. Counterclockwise means that's R prime. Boom. So once we turn it R prime, we have it in place, we have it in position, and we can now, since we have blue right here and white right here, if we turn it counterclockwise, which is this is the front of the cube. So since this is the front of the cube and we're turning it counterclockwise, this is going to be called an F prime move because we're turning it counterclockwise. And once we turn it counterclockwise, we turn the cube and we see that we have a white piece and a blue piece all corresponding. So the next step is we're going to finish this side of the cross, that side of the cross, and that side of the cross. And again, it's not going to be arbitrary movements. They have to correspond with what's in the middle of the cube. So now what we have to do is we have to find a center piece that is red and white. So let's go ahead and find that. And oh, there it is right there. Okay, so it's pretty much no rotations at all on the sides. It is actually a front rotation. Okay, so if we take this front rotation, we know that this side is going to match that white right here as soon as we turn it. So we can either turn it clockwise or counterclockwise. It doesn't really matter. The whole objective is to make sure that that red piece is here and that white piece is there. So if we look at our puzzle now, we see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have 3/5 of this cross done. So now what we're going to do again, we're always going to keep the white at the top. Let's turn the cube again, and now what we have to do, we have to find a piece that's green and a piece that's white, and that's going to be that centerpiece. We're going to need to find a centerpiece that's green and white. So let's find it. And there it is. We got a piece that's green and white. But the objective now is to be able to get it over here. See, because it's facing over here. So now what we want to do is we want to make sure whenever you see a situation like that where it's not green here and white there, where the piece that you need to move up here has to be right here, you're going to do a prime movement. Okay, so basically what you're going to do is you're going to turn this piece, which is the front piece. You're going to do, you don't want to go here because that's too many movements. So you're going to take that piece and you're going to go, and it's the front, so it's going to be a prime move because it's counterclockwise. So it's going to be a F prime, and we're going to be twisting the bottom. Okay, let's see here. It's kind of funny doing it in the, yeah, okay, so we're going to do a bottom prime move, and that bottom prime move is going to place, we can either twist it this way or we can twist it that way. The reason why I want to twist it this way is because we don't have any cross sections here that we're going to interrupt or disturb by positioning it. Okay, so now we see that the green is here, and if we do a, again, this is the right side of the cube, if we do a clockwise movement, that's going to give us the yellow one. So we need to do a counterclockwise, right? So we do a counterclockwise movement. So again, that piece was right here, white and green. So we're going to do a counterclockwise movement on the right. So that's going to be an R prime move. And then you could twist it this way. We're going back to the front piece. You can twist the front piece all the way around like that, but that's too many damn moves. So you take the front piece and you're going to do it counterclockwise again. So that's an F counterclockwise, which is also called an F prime move. F prime. So now once we look at the top of the cube, we should have 4/5 of the cross done. Yes? 1, 2, 3, 4. And all those corresponding colors, right? Green, red, and blue. Last color that we need to do is orange. So we need to find ourselves an orange and white piece. And we see that the orange and white piece is right here at the bottom. There are no, if the white was right here and the orange was right here, then we have to do a bunch of algorithm moves, but we don't have to do any algorithm moves. In this particular case, all we have to do is twist it. We can twist it, okay, counterclockwise or clockwise. It doesn't matter. But we just want to make sure that that is at the cross. And we see that we have a white cross at the top, and we have an orange, we have green, and we have red, and we have blue. Now you're not always going to get 3 colors, but the objective is to make sure you have the 2 colors. The 2 colors, and it's not always going to be just a regular cross. Sometimes you're going to get a white piece right there, white piece right there, white piece right there. It doesn't matter. The objective is that you do have a cross. So you have your cross and your sides done. Now, the objective is to make sure that this cross turns into all white pieces at the top. So if you make sure that these turn into all white pieces at the top, then you got the first layer of the cube will be done, which would be the top and all of the colors here, and that's called the first layer solve. So these videos, each step will be about 15 minutes each. So go ahead and take a look at this and see if you can do it yourself. That's the first phase, and then once you do it yourself, just let me know, and if I get enough requests, I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and solve each corner piece. so that we can have the first layer done all the way around for each corresponding middle piece, okay? I thank you very much for watching.